All right, guys, welcome back to Project Goodspeed. I'm Jay, and I know it's been a minute since I posted, but the little hatchback here is pretty much done. The interior has been all restored and modified, and it looks pretty decent. So we're gonna be actually moving on to another car, because the CRV here has been kind of neglected for the entire time that I bought it. I bought it to work on it because I think it's a decent platform, and you know, you can go all sorts of route with it. There's different things you can modify, and I've got a few ideas on what to do. But on today's video, we're actually going to head off to the junkyard to look for one specific piece, because I really want to address the front bumper thing. I don't like the way this front bumper looks. It really caves up and makes it look a lot shorter than it is. Like it's bumper's there, but it actually is down here, you know? So it just doesn't look all that great. So I saw online that there is a cool lip we can install from a Grand Cherokee, you know, a Jeep.
Bro, this fog is no joke. California, crazy, man. I didn't see this fog like this in years. Ooh, is that a RX-7? What? I'm gonna check that out.
Oh man, it's been a while since I've been here and posted anything. We're just checking stuff out, really. The little hatchback is done. To be honest, there's not much else I can do right now other than just mess things up, to be honest. So there's a couple things I can do for the CRV, and there is a brand new Honda that came in here, but I think it's a 4-door. There's a couple other stuff I wanted to check out too. So just doing here some research. I'm looking for something for the CRV, and it is a front lip. Oh, this CRV. Baby on board. No table. Ow. 98. Ah, shit. No bumper. These CRVs don't have a particularly good looking front end. I seen the JDM ones, and I think they really do. They have fog lights and shit, and the layout looks a lot cleaner, to be honest, a lot more simpler. But there is a lip you can put on them, which I saw on some forums for the CRVs, and I think it's a pretty decent option. So I'm gonna actually see if I can pick that off today. Now, it really shouldn't take that long to pull that part, so I'm gonna save it to the end so I have no tools. But I can look around in the meantime. Ooh, RSX. I thought they had already pulled it for me. Of course not. What do we got here? What is this, a K20? You know, this is a pretty solid find, other than obviously the intake's gone. I don't particularly like the way it sounds. It is a good way to make power. There are a bunch of kits for it. This is a lot more affordable, but I don't like the fact that I have to mess around with my frame. I think I have to remove my stock engine mounting position, because this one's a lot higher. So anyway, we're gonna go swimming. Fuck this. Oh shit. Fuck yeah. All right. Is this a 300? It's gotta be a Datsun, right? '80s car, you can tell by the way it is. Dude, I haven't seen one of these since high school, man. It's an EF wagon. What is that smell? That reminds me of tractors for some reason. They have that classic air freshener smell. Oh, well, there's still a transmission in there. Damn. It's probably as old as the car, dude. That's crazy. What is this? Yeah, that's it. Vanilla. Huh. Interesting little EF wagon, dude. I think these were real-time all-wheel drive. I'm pretty sure. 419,000 miles, dude. That's crazy. They drove this thing into the ground, man. That's impressive. This is a pretty clean engine bay. Of course, there is a Corona. Tiny little intake filter. Look at that. Size of my phone. Is that a drivetrain? No, it's not. So I guess this one is only front-wheel drive. That's interesting though. Tiny little engine. 419,000 miles on this thing. Oh man. Anyway, let's take off. Let me close this up because you don't see these anymore. Rather not mess with it, you know? Someone might need some stuff. Let's close this up too. All right. Now we're looking for a Jeep for that CRV. I don't know where it is exactly, but we'll find it eventually. Let's move on to this other CRV. Let's see if I can show you guys. Man, no bumper. They're just taking shit. No table either. Oh, tinted windows. Blue lighting. Those are rare. Clock radio. So yeah, this is the. Is this the bumper? Yeah. Yeah. See, perfect. See, I do not like these cutouts here. The whole bumper actually sits pretty high up, and it doesn't really follow. And I wish I could show you guys. I'll put it here. My CRV doesn't look all that great. So a lip kind of extends the front and makes it look a little bit more uniform, at least to me. I think that front end is cut short a little bit in case you want to go off-roading, right? So you don't hit shit. But I'm not going to do that. I don't know what row I'm going to. Shit, I might even be on this side, I think. Okay, on the other side. Oh, man. It's a good thing I got nothing to do today. But check out some junked out cars. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure the Jeeps are not on this row. Is Jeep American? So I'm on the imports. So I will need to go loop around this way. Back this way. Okay, so looks like we checked out all the imports. This is the last row. We're heading on to the GM, which is apparently the only cool looking lip I could find is one found on a Jeep, a Grand Cherokee, I believe. So we're gonna go ahead and I am not checking all of these cars. I'm gonna go and look and see exactly what row it's on. Row 75, there's one on here and one there. So just go down here and see if we can find it. Ah, there it is. It's that gray one right over there. This one right here. You can see this lip. Apparently, this lip right here fits perfectly in a CRV. So I'm gonna see what I need to take this out. Hopefully, I don't break it. Oh, looks like it's just probably 3 10 mils. All right, I will be back with the 10 mil. Simple removal for simple part. All right. Now I just gotta walk way the fuck over there. Damn it. All right. Oh, and I gotta walk back. And then back the other way. All right. All right. Look at this RX-7, man. Completely gutted. Has some surface rust on it. No interior whatsoever. Not a single, well, the upper panels. But, man, I do like this wing. I like the way this layout looks. You see this? This is like a turbo 2 wing. Clean. But, you know, I don't have an RX-7. And it's broken here. Classic. Of course it is. Man. Maybe one day. Even though I don't fit in these. Alright, let's go get that lip. Looks like I went all the way over there, back to my car for nothing. These bolts are for the bumper. These plastic clips are for the lip. Oh well. Let's go home. Let's go compare this, see if how it fits on that CRV bumper I found earlier. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna be needing some modifications. If I'm going from tip to tip, which is right here, it's way too big. See, which means I'm probably gonna have to cut it and make this corner right here the tip instead of way over here. That way I can bolt it right there, and then if I bolt it right there, maybe if I can flex it enough, that end will also line up, and I might have to chop this off a little bit, chop this up so that it curves just the right way. Hopefully it works. And as you guys can see here, this is the lip we got, and as you guys can see, it's a lot straighter than the CRV's front bumper, so it doesn't really flex all that much, which means we're gonna need to modify by cutting things up a little bit. I think if we got rid of some of this flat paneling down at the bottom, we will decrease its rigidity, making it more flexible, and maybe some of these at the top as well, so we just have the strip here, because I don't think I need all these contact points. But we're gonna go ahead and see how we can mount this up later on, because this is gonna take some fab work, to be honest, and I'm not entirely sure how to do that just yet. It's gonna take more time, so we're gonna go ahead and catch that on the next video. And like I said, guys, I think this is a really decent platform to, you know, definitely work on. Just like the hatchback here, it's definitely something that you can do, and it doesn't look that bad. Still haven't decided whether or not I want to raise this or lower it. I think the biggest issue is probably going to be finding the decent tire size. I don't want to spend too much money on the wrong fitment. You know, if I raise it, I have to go with a specific height, and if I lower it, I have to go with a different one. So all of these things need to be addressed before I go ahead and do any of that. And the suspension as well will definitely need to be changed. This is probably still the OE factory suspension, and it's definitely making some noises. So maybe I'll add something like the Civic's True Heart suspension, or maybe some Yonaka style catback exhaust parts. I don't know. One thing is for certain, as I'm getting rid of that cassette player. Yeah, it's factory, but I want a double din. And I'm also going to be working on this CRV for the next couple of videos, because I'm going to go ahead and just start building this thing up a little bit. I'm going for a subtle look, you know, like the same thing with the little hatchback here. It's not, you know, very fast. It's not very, you know, flashy or anything like that. I just want something that looks cool and is decent enough to drive. This thing has a pretty decent sized engine anyway, so it definitely does pull, especially with the rear wheel drive. I mean, the real-time all-wheel drive function it has, it's definitely got some kick to it. So I'm going to go ahead and just, you know, increase a few things here and there, and as well as adding a few other things. But all that is going to be for the next couple videos. So until next time, guys, take care and good speed.